As promised, we have in the building On Point Entertainment.
What up, what up, what
Hi,
up?
how are you?
I'm good, how
Want to
you doing?
introduce yourself?
Well, I go by the name Philly OPE. My mom calls me Philip.
Okay.
But,
That's the name she gave you.
yeah, it was.
Okay.
I'm one half of the CEOs for On Point Entertainment. Shout out to DJ Beans who couldn't make it out tonight due
Okay.
to other business reasons, but you already know what it is, homie. But that's me.
So as a group, how many are there of you? Because I know it's radio and people can't see, but like the room is full. That's why I.
Well, we're a big family first and foremost, but I guess I'll start from left to right.
Mhm.
So to my left is Jalo OPE. You can say what's up.
What up, Jalo? But my mom calls me Angelo.
Aw, this is going to be like the trend now. Everyone just announce what your mother calls
That's
you.
my government name.
Okay.
Alright, beside him.
Alright, yep, this is Jadon, go by Jadon OPE. This is my cousin right here, you can see the resemblance.
Yeah, I do. Okay.
What's going on? I go by the name of Pusher Boy, Pusher Boy Beats. I'm upcoming producer from Scarborough,
Okay.
songwriter. I know him for a long time. His uncle was my old basketball coach, so it's all family,
Oh.
you know? Yeah.
This is Radcliffe. I go by the name of King_OPE. Just came to support the family out here. On Point Entertainment forever.
Okay, so as a group, what do you guys individually do? What are you guys trying to do as a whole? Like, what's the stamp in motion or movement?
Well, when everything first started back in 2007, it was actually just a school project for O'Neill and I. So we were in our grade 12 marketing class, and we had to like pretty much make a mock business.
Okay.
And pretty much from there, like we got the best mark in the class, so I didn't note that. So my marks were high in high school. But yeah, from there, like our teacher was really pushing us to really start the company because he thought the draft that we had was like a good idea. So from there we started like event planning.
Okay.
The first event that we did was actually a community barbecue, and I think we probably had about like 400 or 500 people come out to Morningside Park.
Wow.
So from there we thought we had something.
Mm-hmm.
Later on that year we had a back to school dance, and I think we did around like the same numbers. So from there we initially started doing like event planning, promotions,
Right.
and later on Bean started DJing because at the time when we started we were just like promoting, I guess.
So you guys started back in like 2007.
Yeah. It's
So
been a
it's
while.
2013 now.
Yeah.
Okay, so he started off doing like the event planning and the community events and then started doing the DJing, and from there you were saying, what else did you guys branch off to start doing?
Well, from there we actually started making like the apparel because we had certain quotes that we'd say, I guess,
Okay.
like while promoting things or while we were speaking at events,
Like
like stay on point,
what? Okay.
like the shirts that everybody's wearing in the room.
Okay.
And from there we started like making apparel because a lot of people were requesting it. At the time it was just like a quote to us, it's just like whatever, you know, something that we live by.
Mm-hmm.
But the demand started getting real. We started making one shirt, two shirts, and then now we're making a whole bunch of shirts. So from there, we actually had an idea before we started just making it just clothes.
Mm-hmm.
We thought that after a while, when the buzz picks up, we can turn it into like a program to help the youth. Because we know when we came up, we were really exposed to a lot of like negative things.
Okay.
But luckily, like, you know, we had a good base at home. Shout out to Mom, dude. Shout out to Pops, my grandma, my brother. But
And what area do you guys all come from?
well, all of us are pretty much from Scarborough.
Okay.
Yeah.
What parts though? Like any specific
Well,
area
Dean
that you guys
Park.
all came from, or
Dean Park,
everyone from every?
Malvern,
Okay.
Galilee.
So you're just the odd one out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Somewhat. I spend most of my time in those areas. But
Okay.
I'm not from there.
So the community initiative that you mentioned, is that something you guys are building now, or you already had in the works?
We're actually building and putting everything together. So the girl that's actually in the back there that didn't really want to speak. would be like-
Why you have to go like
I was shy.
Because it was radio, nobody knew that happened. We couldn't just like pass it and know.
Well, pretty much she's gonna be like one of the art directors for the program. So
Okay.
she's a shy type.
Oh,
Yeah.
she's focused on supporting and taking care of the kids.
That's true.
So when's that gonna start?
We're aiming for it to start this winter, well, fallish winter, probably end of October, early November.
Okay.
We actually have a program in the works that Jadon's actually doing right now.
Okay.
So it's like a boys to men program with kids around like
6 to 14.
Yeah, like 6 to 14.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're pretty much just doing like mentorships for them. So any questions they may have about life, like opening their bank accounts, help with schoolwork, even just taking them to like Raptors games and Argonauts games when the season was
So
going
kind of
on.
like a big brother, big sister type of program?
Yeah.
Is it like a drop-in situation or?
At this time, it's not really a drop-in because like we're working on the facility to have like a home facility for it. So right now it's just based off of certain areas because where we grew up, we're familiar with the kids there and there's like little community centers. So it's like next Wednesday at this time, meet us here and then we'll have certain things planned out for them.
Okay, so what other causes are you guys supporting right now?
The next major cause we're supporting is on October 2nd, the Light the Night Walk for cancer research.
Okay.
So it's with the leukemia Cancer Society. So pretty much we're raising money for that right now because Jadon and I actually lost our aunt to cancer probably I think six years now.
Okay.
So before we really wanted to do it, but at that time like we're so much younger, we're asking people to pledge money and like they might not think we're that serious, but now that we're more established and people are familiar with us, we're able to really like help out and help fund the cause.
Well, seeing that you guys started since 2007, you guys are all started together 2007, or people joined in as the years went by and it got bigger and bigger and bigger?
Actually, it was a lot bigger before.
Okay.
We had a lot of people that were with us, but just due to like the, I guess you could say their lifestyle and whatnot, they weren't really fully committed. Like there's no love lost. We're all friends at the end of the day, but certain people just felt like they weren't able to contribute the way they wanted to, or they just weren't. Yeah, they just didn't have the time for it at the time. So people came and went. But one person I'd have to shout out because he's been like my best friend since I was young. So shout out to Jay Barnes because he's always been helping me regardless of anything. Any ideas I have, if I don't talk to Beans about it, I'll call him straight and be like, yo.
So you just work out the idea with him and like format it, make it into a concept, and then move forward with it and kind of like stamp of approval?
Yeah.
Okay. So since '07 and now, a lot you guys have accomplished, I guess, in like where you want to go in terms of movement. What else do you see yourselves doing?
Well, for right now, the main thing for all of us is to really get the program started. Because we're seeing like a lot of things that's happening within our city, like from Scarborough to the west to anywhere pretty much right now within the GTA. We're just trying to really help the youth and get certain youth that could be on the wrong track, like back on the right track, or let them at least know that there's other options out there. You don't have to do the typical things that a lot of youth that are doing nowadays.
Okay. So it's just providing other options.
Yes, pretty much.
Okay, so for all yourselves, because I know you're like kind of like the front man. Does anybody else want to kind of like come in on the mic? No, maybe so. I want to start calling people out, and just giving the mic to people. You right there. Take the mic. We'll wait.
There it goes.
What's going on?
So for yourself, since you started in this group, what major change have you seen for yourself?
Well, really, Phil started in the basement, like in the basement. Like, I mean, one of the first parties I remember was at his cousin's house. And like I said, me and his family are very close, so even though Phil's not blood, he's basically family. I remember I couldn't even stand up straight in that basement, but Phil and OPE had that basement packed to the max. You know what I mean? Ran in the basement, it was popping. Like, you could barely even fit in the room where he was DJing. I don't even think there was lights. You know what I mean? So they were it's that serious. So for me, coming up as a producer from back then, Phil been always one of the people to support me, to push me, you know what I mean? Always telling people what I do, you know what I mean? The name, that's why I'm here today right now.
Right.
I actually haven't been on the radio in a long time.
Really?
Yeah, so
So in
shout out
terms
to
of being a
Phil.
producer though, like how
We'll find it.
No, I'm not into it. So we're gonna get back. You're listening to CFRE Royalty Radio, and we'll be back with more information, more fun stuff.
Back with Philly and the team. Now, one thing I noticed when you guys stepped in the room, you guys are kind of like Wu-Tang, where it's like everyone kind of does their own individual thing, but collectively you guys bring something on point. So aside from Pusher Boy here, what do the other members bring to the table?
Well, for one, shout out to our official DJ Beans.
Right.
That's like the only DJ on the team, so you
Okay.
know, he's rare. For myself, I'm pretty much like working my way into being an MC.
Okay.
Even though I'm like the guy behind the scenes, that's like my main focus right
Right.
now. I would say Jalo, he's very like creative. Like when it comes to like us doing events and having different things there, then that's his expertise. So like, yo, we
Okay.
should do this because you know the ladies will like this, or
Right.
that type of stuff. And with Jadon's like the marketing guy. Like
Okay.
in terms of putting like the flyers together and just thinking of like different concepts.
Right.
That's him. Like collectively we all can do that, but then like, you know, just like any team, there's
Right.
certain things that guys should focus on, so you can build from there.
Now, was that kind of done by design, or was that just kind of people just kind of bringing their efforts towards, and it was like, you're really good at this, why don't you do this? Or did they kind of individually just bring that to the table?
It was kind of like trial and error,
Mhm.
because like we said before, we've been doing this since like 2007, so
Okay.
it's like going through certain steps just to figure out, okay, we should do this. This is the right pattern. We'll keep this. Okay, no, we shouldn't do this. This doesn't work for us.
Right.
Type thing. So once we started going through all that, then we started to realize, okay, every time we do an event, Angelo keeps suggesting this,
Mhm.
and we get so many compliments on that.
Right.
Or Jadon would suggest this,
Mhm.
and we get so many compliments on that. Beans plays a certain set,
Right.
or puts out a different mix CD, and we get a lot of hits on that, and then so on and so forth. So it's like we all collectively still try and like help each other out with
Right.
whoever's doing, but
Mhm.
at the end of the day, when it comes to crunch time, it's like
Yeah.
that's your job to do it.
Yeah.
And we just go from there.
For sure. I guess for you and Beans, because you guys have kind of been the founders of the whole project, and just like any business, people come and go due to other obligations or whatever. How hard has it been to kind of have the foresight of where to take the business, not really knowing who's going to be around?
That right there is crazy because in 2008, I believe, like after we finished high school, we both like went into college.
Right.
Actually, no, I took a year off and I was working and he was in college. So at that point in time, like I was working a part-time job at that time, so money wasn't that great. He was in school, so
Right.
in terms of like funding events or anything that involves money, like we're having a hard time with it. So there's a lot of times when we'd sit down and we're like frustrated, like, yo, forget this. Let's just
Yeah,
work.
yeah.
Like, you know, find like career jobs and
Yeah.
just say, you know, it was fun while it lasted. But
Mhm.
I don't know, like due to, that's something like thank God for just giving us like the patience and like putting us on the right path to realize like once we were in school and we started learning more stuff about business,
Mhm.
then it was easier for us to put things together because we had more knowledge of what we were doing. It wasn't just, hey, let's just try this, but we're actually seeing like systems that our teachers would show us that
Right.
actually work, so we're able to actually implement it into what we're doing
Mhm.
and then build from there.
Dope. I guess moving forward, where do you want to really take like OPE in the next couple of years? I know you mentioned like the whole kind of youth development and stuff. Is there going to be more of a promotions department to it, where you're kind of like, I guess not promotions department, but more in the sense that where you're going to kind of funnel the youth to kind of be part of OPE, or is it just kind of like help them on their way to wherever they want to go?
We're actually trying to like build, like, we'll help them wherever they want to go, but
Right.
if there's any youth that are interested,
Mhm.
like to get into like, I guess you can say the entertainment field,
Right, right.
we'll definitely have no problem like molding them to like show them how to like run their events and coordinate their events, because we didn't really have that when we came up. It's just
Right.
like, we just tried, lost a lot of money,
But no, definitely.
time passed and we're like on a better track now, so
Oh,
if there's any youth that do wanna help out, then we should definitely, you know, just sit down with them.